secularism. Sometimes when we tell to the teachers or the principals of the school, we'll teach Bhagavad Gita. Immediately they will say, why only Bhagavad Gita? Then some Muslim will come, he will tell, I'll teach Quran. We should be very proud that we are in the land of Bharata Bhumi. This is the place where we have given ashraya to everyone. And this is Sanatan Dharma. What has been taught in Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam is not for Hindus. Hindu is a mispronunciation of the word Sindhu. So what we are learning is Sanatan Dharma, and Sanatan Dharma is eternal. What is so-called Parsi Dharma, or whatever you can say, Christianity or Muslim Dharma, all this is man-made and it is just temporary. So very clearly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, go and preach Krishna consciousness, chant. So it is not that when there is this, the name of secularism, we are actually allowing the adharma to grow. That is why Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam should be taught in every school, every colleges. Everybody should be very bold enough to speak Krishna consciousness to others. So Gaura Sundar went out and formed 3 parties to perform Sankirtan. And in the front, Haridas Thakur was dancing, in the middle, Advaita Acharya was dancing. And Gaur Sundar was dancing in the rear party, 137 onwards. Pache Sampradaya, Nirta Kare Kaura Chandra, Tanre Sange Nachi Bule, Prabhu Nityananda. So he danced in the rear party. Nityananda Prabhu moved with Chaitanya's dancing. Vrindavana Dasai Ha Chaitanya Mangale, Vistari Varaniya Chena Prabhu Kripa Bole. So this incident has been very nicely elaborately explained by Vrindavan Das Thakur in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Actually, the name of Chaitanya Bhagavat was initially Chaitanya Mangal. But then now Chaitanya Mangal is actually by Lochan Das Thakur. Yai mata kirtana kore nagare bhramila bhramite sabe kazi dware kela. So in this way, they were circumambulating through every nook and corner of the city, and then finally they reached the door of the Qazi. Tarja karcha kare loka kare kolahala Gaura Chandra kare loka prashraya pagala. So they were murmuring in anger, making a roaring sound. The people under the protection of Chaitanya became mad through such indulgence. It is why if anybody is in conversion, you should chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Now this RSS and Vishwa Hindu Parishad, they have realized that they can only progress if they take the shelter of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, take the shelter of ISKCON. So when such Sanatan, the propagators of Sanatan Dharma come together, then there will be no wrong propagation of the conversion of Christianity or Muslim. Because by these conversions, they are not understanding the essence of their own religion also properly. What is written in Quran, what is written in Bible, is not understood. The whole compassionate movement is completely gone. So Srila Prabhupada has very nicely written Al-Quran and Krishna consciousness, Christianity and Krishna consciousness. If we go through those books, we can understand that what Krishna has preached, he has made his messengers also speak the same. The Qazi had issued an order not to perform kirtan, congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. But when this was brought up to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he ordered civil disobedience to the Qazi's order. We have the Civil Disobedience Act during the Satyagraha movement. So during Chaitanya's time only this was there. Lord Chaitanya and all his devotees, naturally enthusiastic, although agitated, must have made a great noise with their loud cries. It is as such said that when Bengalis speak, it sounds very hard actually. Orissa Bengalis, they speak very hardly. And imagine when they loudly chant, how it will happen. Kirtanera dhvanite kazi mukhaile ghare tarjana garjana shunina haya bhaire. The loud chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra made Kazi very much afraid, and he hid himself within his room, hearing the people thus protesting, murmuring in great anger. And the Kazi would not come out of his room. The Qazi's order not to perform Sankirtan could stand only as long as there was no civil disobedience. Under the leadership of the Supreme Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the chanters, increasing in number, disobeyed the order of the Qazi. Thousands assembled together and formed parties chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, making a protest, a tumultuous sound of protest. Thus, the Qazi was very much afraid, as naturally one should be under such circumstances. In the present day, also people all over the world may join together in the Krishna conscious movement and protest against the present degraded governments of the world's godless societies, which are based on all kinds of sinful activities. What dharma? If you kill a cow, what is a dharma? If you kill chicken, meat, and you're propagating cow slaughter, what is a dharma? What is it? What preaching about God can be done? This is just a godless societies. Srimad Bhagavatam states that in the age of Kali, thieves, rogues, fourth class people, they have who have neither education nor culture capture the seats of the governments to exploit the citizens. This is a symptom of Kali Yuga that has already appeared. People cannot feel secure about their lives and properties, yet the so-called governments continue. And government ministers get fat salaries, although they are unable to do anything good for the society. Only remedy for such conditions is to enhance Sankirtan movement under the banner of Krishna consciousness and protest against the sinful activities of all the world's government. The Krishna conscious movement is not a sentimental religious movement. It is a movement for the reformation of all the anomalies of human society. If people take to it seriously, discharging the society scientifically as ordered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the world will see peace and prosperity instead of being confused and hopeless under useless governments. There are always rogues and thieves in human society, and as soon as a weak government is unable to execute its duties, these rogues and thieves come out to do their business. Thus, the entire society becomes a hell unfit for gentlemen to live in. There is an immediate need for a good government, a government by the people with Krishna consciousness. Unless the masses of people become Krishna conscious, they cannot be good men. The Krishna conscious movement that uh, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra still has its potency. Therefore, people should understand it seriously and scientifically and spread it all over the world. The Sankirtan movement started by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Khanda 23rd chapter, beginning with verse 241. It states, "My dear Lord, let my mind be fixed at your lotus feet." Following Chaitanya's chanting, all the devotees reproduced the same sound he chanted. In this way, the Lord proceeded, leading the entire party on the strand roads by the bank of Ganga. When the Lord came to his own ghat or bathing place, he danced more and more. Then he proceeded to Madai's ghat. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord, who was known as Vishambhar, danced all over the bank of Ganga. Then he proceeded to Barakona Ghat, then Nagariya Ghat, traveling Ganga Nagar, reached Simulia, a quarter at one end of the town. All these places around Sri Mayapur. After reaching Simolia, the Lord proceeded towards Kazi's house, and in this way he reached the door of Chandkazi. So Srila Prabhupada also, wherever opportunity comes, he just speaks about how this present government is only encouraging godless society. That is why should never vote for such godless people. We should be aware as educated people. First thing is awareness that cow should be protected. The government which protects the cow, understand that government is actually the government which can at least teach what is the civilization which worships God. Without the cows, God cannot be worshipped. Without cows, Satoguna cannot be established. And without Satoguna, where is the question of accumulation of knowledge? Sattvam sanjayate jnanam. So that is why here it is said the government which is just encouraging godless civilization, thus government should not be voted. In fact, everybody should start this civil disobedience movement also, because uh, on the name of modern civilization, if you see, There are hotels which are encouraging hamburgers and all those things. See, and then the people who are so-called modern people, they go and eat also. But behind everything, there is a cry of an animal. So we have to be very careful. And we should know that such a type of modernization, though it may be big, big restaurants, such type of modernization is going to degrade our society. Our upcoming generation will be only full of anxiety. Somebody was talking to me, one of my driver was talking to me initially. माता जी पहले जमाने में लोग बहुत सारे मंदिर बनाते थे. Rajas they used to bring build lot of temples because we were stuck up in traffic and it was such a hodgepodge traffic and everybody were in hurry. They were just pressing the horns and all those things. So much of sound was there. At that time he said, present civilization is like mind is always hot and the blood is cold. But in the olden days, the kings had hot blood and cool mind. A person whose mind is cool and the blood is hot, that means he has a desire to do something, then only he can progress in devotional service. And for having a cool mind, naturally, Sattvaguda Ahara is very much important. Agitated mind cannot do anything. A hot mind cannot do anything. The hot mind, then what happens? Because of so much of anxiety, he's always sick. Because he's always sick, his blood is cold. That means he has no enthusiasm to do anything. उत्थत लोक भंगे काजीर घर पुष्पवन विस्तारी वर्णिला इहा दास वृंदावन. Naturally, some of the people who were very much agitated began to retaliate the Qazi's action by prickling his house and flower garden. Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur has elaborately described this incident. So what they're doing, they're just spoiling his garden. And तबे महाप्रभु तार द्वारिते द्वारिते वशीला भव्य लोक पाठाईला. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reached the Qazi's house, he sat down by the doorway and sent some respectable persons to call for the Qazi. Dura haite aila Qazi matha nuaya Qazi devashaila Prabhu samman kariya. And the Qazi came, his head bowed down. The Lord gave him proper respect in the seat. So just see, this is known as proper fighting. When it comes to personal relationship, you should follow certain etiquettes. That was the dharma of a Kshatriya. Even the Kshatriya dharma, when it comes to personal relationships, they are very peaceful. They pay respect to each other. But you see now present government, especially when you see the Sabha, how they just degrade the people like anything. They go to the extent of talking about their personal life also. You have to speak about establishing dharma. The fight should be on establishing dharma, not that throw some kichad on each other's face. So this is also taught the way to fight also, the way to retaliate also. But nowadays they don't know how to retaliate also. Some of the men in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's civil disobedience movement were agitated because they could not control their mind. But the Lord was thoroughly peaceful, sober, and unagitated. Therefore, when the Qazi came down to see him, the Lord offered him proper respect in the seat because he was a respectable government officer. Thus, the Lord taught us by his personal behavior in pushing on our Sankirtan movement of Krishna consciousness. We might have to face difficult days, but we should always follow in the footsteps of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and do the needful according to the time and circumstances. So when there is a management, naturally there will be some quarrel, even in the temple. But one should not lose his mind. One should not be so agitated that he loses or he forgets the Vaishnava etiquettes. Simple smile, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, bowing down, offering respects, that has never to be forgotten. On the management level, there may be some disagreement over certain issues, but that doesn't matter. That certain issues can be resolved if the mind is very cool. The mind is agitated, that certain issues which has to be resolved, that also doesn't happen. Instead, there will be another issue which will be created. प्रभु बलेना आमी तुम्हारा आय आइलाम अभ्यागत आमी देखी लुकाइला यही धर्म के मत. In a friendly way, the Lord said, "Sir, I have come to your house as your guest. But upon seeing me, you hid yourself in your room. What kind of etiquette is this?" How tactfully shifted the Mahaprabhu. Kazi kohe tumi aisa kurahaya. Thoma shanta karaite rahinu lukaya. But you have come to my house in a very angry mood to pacify you. I did not come before you immediately, but kept myself hidden. ये भी तुम्ही शांत हायले आसी मिलिला भाग्य मोर तुम्हा हेना अतिथी पाहिला. Now because you're satisfied or you're pacified, I've come to meet you. And this is my fortune to receive you as Atiti, as a guest in like your honor. So here Atiti has been very nicely told as guest in English. When you say guest, there are two types of guests. One who intimate you and then come, and one who don't intimate you. When you say Atiti, Atithi, means not. Tithi means not given any intimation or not taken any time. Atithi. It is not that every guest is an Atithi. Atithi means one who comes without intimation. That is why every householder should have some footstep to even feed a guest who has come without intimation. They are known as Atithi. And that Atithi is in Sanskrit. There is a proverb: Atithi he Parameshwara. Lord can come in any form. Lord can come without intimation. Lord can. That is why Atithi are treated like God. Oh, Lord has come to take some share. Like Bali Maharaj, like Vamana, he went to Bali Maharaj's sacrifice without intimation. He did not say, Bali Maharaj, I'm going to come, I'm going to take something. No, without intimation. Atithi he Parameshwara. So Bali Maharaj, he treated Vaman Deva as God. Anyhow, he is God only. But still he appeared like a small Brahmana. And immediately he asked, whatever you want, you can take. I am such a great king. So we know the story. But Atithi here refers to one who comes without intimation, and a devotee should always be ready to welcome Atithis. Somebody intimates and comes, then immediately you make dahi vada, that and this, so many things you make. Somebody doesn't intimate and they appear suddenly, then you should be prepared. That is why a householder always keeps some foodstuffs or food stocks or ingredients ready, so that you'll be always ready to welcome Atithi. Grama sambandhe chakravarti haya mora chacha. Deha sambandhe haite haya grama sambandha sancha. So in our village relationship, Nilambar Chakravarti Thakur was my uncle. He was my uncle, Chacha. In our village relationship, in the villages, they consider each other Chacha, Mama, Batija, like that. So Nilambar Chakravarti, who is grandfather of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he says in this way, such a relationship is stronger than even a bodily relationship. I used to call him Chacha, uncle. So in India, even in the interior villages, all the Hindu and Muslim communities used to live very peacefully by establishing a relationship between them. The young men called the elderly members of the village by the name Chacha, Kaka, Uncle, and men of the same age called each other Dada, that is brother. The relationship was very friendly. There were even invitations from Muslim houses to Hindu houses and from Hindu houses to Muslim houses. Both the Hindus and Muslims accepted invitations to go to one another's houses to attend ceremonial functions. I still remember I had a Muslim friend, very, very close friend. She was coming from the background of the Qazis. They were priestly class people. She used to invite me in the Ramzan, and I used to go. And she used to make a wonderful kheer, everything. Then I used to just see that they are not eating non-veg. So they were such priestly people. They used to not take non-vegetarian things. And their house was so wonderful. And she was so, and they were very, 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 very friendly, very friendly. Because she was like my sister. And in this way, I still remember those times also. We used to go to each other's house. She used to come to my house. There was a Christian friend also, Meena Fernandez. She was also, I had two, one Muslim friend and one Christian friend. And this Meena Fernandez is to, she was from Bangalore. And she just told her mother, I will not be taking any non-vegetarian things. And she also was not taking. In fact, I used to write Sri Ram Jayam in the childhood. I used to make this poor also write Sri Ram Jayam in the child. We used to also write Sri Ram Jayam. Then I used to tell them, please teach me something from Bible. Please tell me something from Quran. So these two used to tell me something, something. So like that. So it was a nice talks also used to be very wonderful. Like they used to. Then I had a sick friend when after the marriage I had a sick friend. So then we used to exchange talks, and she used to tell me from Sukhamani. There is a very wonderful book written by uh, written in a Sikh in the Sikh. There is a book known as Sukhmani, very important. And Guru Granth Sahib was there, and we used to share. And practically, when we read Guru Granth Sahib, it is nothing but 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, very elaborately described, very nicely described. So we have to actually understand what is there in different scriptures, and maybe I don't know why I came through all. Maybe in the future, Krishna knew that I will be in the preaching activities. So we used to exchange the conversation, and I was not knowing anything from Gita. That time I was not knowing Bhagavad Gita at all. But when my sick friend came, that time I was at least reading Bhagavad Gita. But in the childhood, I was not knowing Bhagavad Gita, but I used to know Mahabharata stories. My father used to tell Ramayana stories. So all those stories we used to exchange. And in this way, so let's see when Hindus and Muslims they are together. And to the surprise also, my uh, designer who makes such a wonderful designs. Now you have got a wonderful card of Jagannath, the Jagannath festival that is made by Ismail Khan. He is a Muslim, and he sometimes I ask him, "What is Ramzan? What you do? What is there in Quran?" And he is such a nice, wonderful person. He's always eager to take Krishna Prasad. He says Radhe Radhe. So it is not the community or the religion which is a barrier. It is our mind block. Everybody likes to take Krishna Prasadam. Sometimes you think there are people who are not taking Krishna Prasadam. Yes, there are people, such people also. But first you have to become very friendly with them. Once you are friendly with them, then they will do what you want. So both the Hindus and Muslims accepted invitations to go to one another's houses, to attend ceremonial functions, even until 50 or 60 years ago. The relationship between Hindus and Muslims were very friendly, and there were no disturbances. We do not find any Hindu Muslim rights in the history of India, even during the days of Muslim rule over the country. Conflict between Hindus and Muslims was created by polluted politicians. The Nehru family. If you go to Nehru family, they were actually Muslims, but they were garbed as Hindus, and they were the ones. This Nehru family, Gandhi family, Gandhi himself. Yesterday, if you had read about Subhash Chandra Bose, he was the one who could have given independence much before, but because he was a Gaudiya Vaishnava. But these people, on the name of non-violence and all these things, they actually spoiled the whole thing. Conflict between Hindus and Muslims was created by politicians, especially foreign rulers. And thus the situation gradually became so degraded that India was divided into Hindustan and Pakistan. Fortunately, the remedy to unite not only Hindus and Muslims, but all communities and all nations can still be implemented by Hare Krishna movement on the strong basic platform of love of God. So all these things, that partition act between Jinnah and all these things is actually was a created political movement. That is why if you see the death of these people also, they were brutally killed. Because if you show that you are a Mahatma, it doesn't work out. It doesn't work out. Why brutally killed? Because Lord knows you cannot fool Lord. So this is all there. नीलांबर चक्रवर्ती हाय तुम्हारा नाना से संबंधी होय तुम्ही आमारा भागिना. So in this way, your Rama Chakravarti is actually maternal grandfather. In this way, you are thus my nephew. And when the nephew is very angry, his maternal uncle is tolerant. And when the maternal uncle commits an offense, the nephew does not take it very seriously. Bhaginara Krodha, Mama Avashya Sahaya, Matulera Aparadha Bhagina, Narayan. So in this way, they talk very nicely. So we'll hear the conversation tomorrow. Any questions you can ask. Tomorrow, if I have the connectivity, I will take the class, or Sugandhi, be prepared. Because I'll be in the train tomorrow.
Okay, Mataji.
So if my connectivity is there, then I will take the class. So now a wonderful program is upcoming. It is 26th January program. And you're very fortunate to take the do the services in the program. I will be there in Tirupati. From Tirupati Balaji, I'll pray to Tirupati Balaji to give you all a lot of strength to perform this festival. This is the first time. Well, I have so much of faith in all of you. For the first time, I'm leaving you all and going. But I am not leaving. My consciousness is completely here. I will be always there in touch with the phone also. And all of you should come together. And we have planned out many things yesterday in the meeting. And step by step, everything will happen. But because it is just inside the center only, so not much of tension will be there. So children program and different programs are kept. So I'll be there with you all. Don't worry that I'm not there. I'll be there for each and every any questions you have at any time. Provided my phone is available, the network is there. I'm always there with you all. Any questions in this you can ask. I'm leaving today. I'll be coming back on Friday. So the morning classes, if I am available, I'll take. If I'm not joining, then understand I'll be in the darshan or so. Sugandhi Mataji, be prepared to take the classes.
Okay, Mataji.
So any doubts in this? No doubts. So all of you are ready for this 26th January. Some Chembur also, Kusum Mataji, you all should come. Krishnavini Mataji, overall outstations also, please come. Neha. Bhoga preparations, 108 bhogas should be offered. So who are all in the vicinity of Bombay, you should come, prepare bhogas, and you are all there in the 2021 IDC group. Till now, 37 bhogas have been committed. We'll see that we are offering 108 bhogas, and it should not be brought in some stainless steel burden and all those things. Nice pots should be decorated. Nice pots should be brought. Wash it, keep it in the water, and then paint it very nicely. Dry it off, paint it nicely, and then in that pot you fill it and bring, and on top you put some silver foil. No wet items. It should all be very dry items. Everything has been put in the group. If at all you have some doubt about what type of bhogas should be offered, then you have Sugandhi Mataji, Satyabhama Mataji, and you have Aruna Mataji, Aparna Mataji, Negi Mataji. You can contact and ask for the type of bhogas to be prepared. Krishna is present in the Anna. Now, Krishna in which form? Jagannath form. Actually, we were not to do this festival. That is why I booked for Tirupati. I was not knowing. But then suddenly somebody reminded Mataji, even though government is not allowing big festival, but Krishna cannot be stopped eating. So, okay, we'll have Chappan Bhog festival. So we thought, okay, it will be only Chappan Bhog festival, but it just became a big thing. Uttam Maheshwari, who is a cow therapist and also he is a scientist. He teaches on the cow therapy, also on what type of ahara one should have, what type of vegetables and all should be had in particular season. And very nice he speaks, very beautifully he speaks. And generally it is very difficult to get him. Yesterday I called him. He said, Jai Go Mata, Jai Hare Krishna, tell Mataji what I should do. I said, you please come and teach everyone what type of food life everybody should have, sattvic ahara, which is actually the way for a success in devotional service also. So teach that, teach about the importance of cow protection and all these things, and also the dantamanjan and all those things, whatever we are using, how much beneficial they are. So that class will be on the Zoom. So Chandrapati Prabhu, you should, when there is Maheshwari, Dr. Maheshwari's lecture, that much part you can cover in the Zoom, because from 5 o'clock if you do that, it will be too long. 4 hours is too long. From 7:30 onwards, you can keep the program on the Zoom, because 7:30 onwards we'll have some children class also, children uh, performance also. You can do it 7:15 onwards. You can do 7:15 onwards to 8:30 Zoom. You can keep. Chandrapati Prabhu.
Yes,
So
Mataji.
7:15 some Gaur Aarti will go on. After 7:15 there will be a drama on Gopal Chapal. So children have done, I've prepared, Parina Mataji has trained them for 15 minutes drama. After that, there will be Kathak dance by Avni Kiyawat. She's such a beautiful and cute girl. She is just something 7th standard or 8th standard, I think. She's 8th standard. Kapil Prabhu, which standard
Yes,
she
Mataji.
is? This which
8th
standard?
standard.
8th standard.
8.
She's so cute, and her performance is so wonderful. If you see, even the big Kathak teachers are behind her. She dances so accurately, so you should not miss her dance. And then there will be Uttam Maheshwari Prabhuji's class. If he has arrived a little late, then the kirtan will go on till he arrives. Do not miss this class. From wherever you are, attend this class. The way to sattvic life, the way to have a wonderful prasadam and cow protection, everything will be covered. Hare Krishna. So I will be also present in the Zoom. So possible, if time permits, if everything network and all is there, then I will speak for some time.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hmm.
Mataji, Wednesday is Bhakti Shastri. Can that class be adjusted? Because this class nobody would like to miss.
Yeah, I will tell to Madhusudan Prabhu to adjust that class. I will talk to him.
Okay, Mataji, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Bindu Mataji will speak to Madhusudan Prabhu. I will also write a message to him. Ask Chandrapati Prabhu to speak to Bindu. Or you tell to him. Talk to Madhusudan Prabhu that we have a big festival and nobody wants to miss this class. So please, this is a very important class. If you can adjust, I will also request him.
Okay.
And if it is like that, then you can miss the class and attend the Zoom recorded class of Bhakti Shastri on the next day. One time, if you miss, it doesn't matter. It is
Right.
bent upon or not cancelling the class, then you can miss the class and attend, because one class if you miss, that is not going to harm you. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.